Hello, fabulous superstar Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of February 2025. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. Boys, at a very special time. And it truly is so special now. Powerful energies are with us, and it is going to be the 4th of the month that we begin one of the first of many big celestial events that is set to take place now. If ever there was energy that said things are going to change, you are going to feel a shift, this really would be that kind of month. So on the 4th of the month, Jupiter goes direct. Jupiter's been retrograde going all the way back to the early part of October. And this retrograde has been taking place at the top of your sky, having to do with career, social standing, life purpose, and your understanding of a higher, more loving vision for your life. Recognition and accolades are covered here as well, along with the goals and how you approach them. Having Jupiter here is about understanding what really matters and maintaining a sense of optimism as you go for bigger opportunities than perhaps you've known before. And so as Jupiter changes directions, it may start to feel as if where career matters had felt stagnant, they're able to move forward now. It becomes easier to recognize the opportunities available to you. It feels like your efforts are now going to pay off that much more as we navigate forward from here. But it really is right around the days that Jupiter changes directions that you want to watch that much more closely, because it is those days in particular that bring that many more likelihoods of events taking place that get your attention. Where it is that you're not living in alignment with purpose, well, this is going to help you to gently bring yourself back on track. And where it is perhaps you have been working towards a goal, it's going to feel that much more in your sights and you're able to achieve it that much more as well. This is overall an energy of success as you uniquely define it. There should be some opportunities there and some efforts on your part as well, motivation, insight, enthusiasm to help you to align with that very definition of achievement as you decide it to be. The 7th of the month has an incredibly important moment, a rare moment, and it speaks to you in ways that are likely going to get your attention. And that is because we have the North Node meeting Neptune in the sky. Now, this meeting happens about once every 17 years or so. So really, over the course of a lifetime, we get a handful of these specific type of alignments. Now, you add into this, April is going to be really big as well. That's when Saturn and Venus together are going to meet the North Node. I'll be here to talk about it once we get there and every step of the way. Having said that, though, having Neptune and the North Node meet is powerful. The nodes are karmic points. They represent doorways that open. With the South Node, it is fortunate karmic closures. It's like their time has come, they've served their purpose, they can now go. With the North Node, it's about the new that enters, new people, places, things, situations that pull you forward towards greater karmic blessings, the next chapters and the new opportunities you're ready for. This configuration happening in your opposite sign means that new people in particular are likely to come in now, or there'll be significant developments with the people in your life, especially those that you have strong one-on-one connections with, those you consider partners to you. It's going to be those connections in particular that are illuminated for you in some way. So there's a sense of alignments evolving, connections with others becoming something more, or new people entering that, whether personally, professionally, or otherwise, represent big blessings for you. This part of the sky is going to be lit up in other ways as we navigate later into this month, so I'll talk about that in just a little bit. It is going to be on the 12th of the month that we will have this month's full moon. This full moon takes place in the sign just before yours. It is here that we're looking at what's happening on levels of soul, psyche, and spirit, but it's also the realm of the unconscious, what you don't know. But here's the thing, this particular full moon is going to set up a larger configuration called a T-square. It's a configuration of tension with Uranus. And what that suggests is what you didn't know, all of a sudden you know, and it's a game changer. But here's the thing, what we also get is this full moon speaking in supreme harmony with Chiron. Chiron right now moving through a part of the sky for you that has to do with change, truth, and transformation. Well, it tells me that this full moon is likely going to be incredibly important in how it is that it helps facilitate healthy and meaningful change in your life now. The need for that change, that may take you by surprise. It's a moment of truth that you didn't expect. And that sense of being honest with yourself might end up serving as a cold turkey moment of some sort where you realize what stays and what goes. And as a result, you move towards greater healing in the process. This can be an intense energy. Your dreams might feel especially vivid in some way, but it is also likely to be an energy that you feel benefited you overall. As we navigate forward from there, it is the 23rd of the month that Mars goes direct. Here we are with Mars going direct. Now, once Mars goes direct, we're actually going to have all major planets direct for just a few days. Technically, as we get to the end of the month, Venus is stationary. I'll talk about that in just a little bit. As Mars moves forward, Mars has returned to where Mars was going all the way back to the beginning of October. Whatever's taking place here may in some way be seen differently as to what was taking place back then. There is a connection here, and in particular where it comes to your friendships and your group alliances. Who is a friend? Which connections feel right? Which connections don't? What is it that you feel especially bonds you to another? And where is it perhaps that another person in your life is particularly passionate? Right? They feel very lit up. Do you share that enthusiasm or not? Is it that your connection with another person is helping you to move forward towards an enthusiasm for your own life or not? Here's the thing. Saturn is speaking in supreme harmony with Mars as Mars changes directions. And what that means is whatever realizations and developments happen at this time, there is a long-term positive consequence as a result of what changes or evolves for you in some way now. This can be a notable energy, the ways in which it just opens up an understanding for you, for yourself, as to whom it is you really feel that you want to align with. Well, that in and of itself would be valuable, but then those particular connections can benefit you in practical ways now and for a long time to come. So this could be professional group endeavors, more personal friendships, wherever it is that you gather with others at social events. And this can also relate to other ways in which you might join groups or gather with others professionally, personally, for your personal healing, perhaps, or otherwise. Either way, it's in these dynamics that there is a moment of clarity, and it helps you to understand where you stand with that group or with another person. And that moment of truth is so valuable in how it shifts your direction going forward from there. On the 27th of the month, we will have this month's new moon. And this new moon is in your opposite sign, just like we had Neptune meeting the North Node early in the month, that opposite sign being lit up. This is partnerships. And with a new moon, it is new people or new chapters in the context of alliances and partnerships that are lit up for you at this time. This particular new moon is speaking in a conversation of tension with Jupiter. And that suggests over-optimism. I would invite you to be a little mindful here because Jupiter's at the top of your sky. And that means you're looking at the big picture. You're looking at what the long-term implications might be if you choose to align with another person. However, what we also have is Mars speaking in supreme harmony with this new moon. And that brings a special enthusiasm, the opportunity to connect with others in a meaningful way, one-on-one, for business or in other ways, which I'll talk about in just a bit. In social situations in particular, that's where alliances feel like they're able to come in, or the alliances you already have are able to have fresh new chapters on the horizon. Now, I want to talk about love because we have a few understandings of love. I think this is a huge month for love for a lot of the Virgos out there. Having the North Node meet Neptune at the start of the month is a very strong indication of karmic progress in the context of love. The new moon brings with it new chapters or new people. And when we have important lunar activity in your opposite sign, as we do towards the end of the month here, well, it does suggest that someone is there to help you to understand where you are in love and how you feel about it. But then we've got the Venus retrograde season set to take place. And what's happening here is on the 28th of last month, Venus went into shadow in your opposite sign. And on the 4th of this month, will leave your opposite sign and move into a part of the sky where most of the retrograde season is set to take place, which is about vulnerability, intimacy, and a profound sense of truth and wanting to bond with another that much more deeply. And it is here that as soon as Venus moves in, very quickly moves to align in harmony with Pluto. And that brings a lot of intensity, focus, and passion. Now, this is happening right around the same time. That meeting, or rather connection of Venus and Pluto, happens around the same time as Neptune meets the North Node in your opposite sign. Huge moment in love right out of the gate as we step into this month that you're going to feel very soon. It is going to be by the time we get to the end of the month that Venus will be standing still, technically going retrograde at the beginning of next month. I'll be here to talk about it every step of the way, as you know, here on YouTube. And of course, there will be a Venus retrograde special horoscope, so be on the lookout for that here in the Superstar space or over on my website. All those links are below. Having said that, though, wow, this is a hugely significant Venus retrograde season for the Virgos out there. The guiding question with Venus retrograde season for everybody is always, do I love it? Person, place, thing, or situation. And it's a chance to really explore and understand with deeper nuance and have the experiences that ultimately lead you to answer that question. The answer doesn't really come about until Venus goes direct, and that direct is going to happen in April. But for now, it is Venus that, having spent part of this retro in your opposite sign and then part in another part of the sky that has to do with entanglements with another person, as a general principle, breakups that happen tend to not stay broken up. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do exactly what's right for you to do in light of your unique circumstances. You are one of the signs most likely to feel as if someone from the past pops up for you now. That's a possibility. But the other thing to remember here is, with this energy of Venus retrograde season, whatever takes place, it's like, again, I'm going back to this word karmic. All of us are going to find this a time when it feels as if fated turning points and personal realizations that are a game changer take place. However, it's like their time has come. You're ready to have this insight. You're ready for this deeper honesty. And that's what you're going to be moving towards as you understand where you are in love and how you feel about it over several moments of this month and beyond. This is an incredibly important Venus retrograde season for the Virgos out there. You add a new moon late in the month. Yeah, if it is that you're open to meeting someone new, all of these energies do suggest that the likelihood of connecting with someone is very strong. I do want you to be mindful, though, Love and money do not mix. That is something to keep at the forefront. That might be part of the learning for you. But outside of that, that desire to bond with another, just make sure you're bonding with the right person, especially anyone new that might show up now. For those of you just starting to date someone, new chapters all around. It could be with this person, where very quickly you find yourself in partnership with them over some key moments that take place over the course of this month, or with someone brand new. Remember, what looks a certain way now might look very different for you at the beginning of this month. Where Venus is where she will return in the middle of April. Whatever might be taking place for you as we start this month in love might look very different once we navigate into the month of April. So pace yourself and be yourself. You know I like to say that, but it is moments like this when the desire for love, for passion can be especially strong. And that can have people kind of rushing things before you really know what you're getting into. But, it's all just experience. If you're open to it, you're open to the ride to see where it takes you, then you might as well have fun at it. And for those of you in an established bond, for the overwhelming majority, this is representative of a month and a time where there's a new understanding and a deeper bonding set to take place between you and your partner. You're looking at generosity and sharing resources, how balanced you feel that is or that isn't. That might come into focus. But for all that, where it is that you might have felt for a while that you might not be in the right relationship for you, this is set to be a very powerful and important Venus retrograde season. Yes, the new moon late in the month will give you a fresh perspective, have you seeing your partner differently, might even give you an awareness around what going a different way could be for you. However, it is this Venus retrograde season that's going to help you to uncover the truth of what you feel and why, and what it is that you want to do about it. It is a process. It's going to take you forward, but it's a valuable one to help you to understand the truth of the relationship and whether or not it's something that's meant to stay strong going forward from here. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. Well, look, we have powerful energies in your opposite sign. I think that is going to be so important. It is primary. It is what's happening in your opposite sign now that speaks to partnerships, getting along with others one-on-one, personally, professionally, romantically, or otherwise. Other people are going to factor in as an important part of this month. And your self-realization as to what kind of alliances are truly meaningful to you, truly worthy of you. Well, that wisdom, that knowing is the natural result of the experiences you're set to have now. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership rate over at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com or thefutureismagical.com. Now, higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. I also want to add that I do have a very limited number of consultations available. You can learn a lot more about getting a consultation with me or with Andy of Wise Ass Astrology. Yes, you can book a consultation with him as well over on my website. Just check out the consultation tab and links are below. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.